Okay, good afternoon. So today we're looking at factorization. We said we're going to restart our factorization from a different textbook. So we're doing factorization from the study and master. This is the examples on page 39. Right, so we're looking at common factor. So common factor, we are told here to take out the greatest common factor occurring in all the different terms of the expression. Okay. So the first example here, we are given 2ab plus 3ac plus 4ad plus 5ae. So looking at number 1, what is common there? A is common. But take out A as a common factor, what are we left with? 2b plus 3c plus 4d plus 5. Remember that the factorization is the reverse of products. So if you multiply 2b times A, you're going to get 2ab. A times 3c, 3ac. A times 4d, 4ad, and so on. Right, you guys understand? Let's look at number 2. What is common in number 2? 3 is common. Can you all see that, people? If I take 3 out, what am I left with? A plus B minus. Right, you all understand? Let's look at the next term. What is common here? 7x. But I got 7x in the first term. What do I have left? 1. Carry on. Minus 2x. Plus 3x. Again, if I multiply this out, 7x times 1 is 7x. 7x times negative 2x is negative 14x squared. 7x times 3x squared is going to give me 21x here. Right? You all understand? Any confusion here? No? Let's look at number 4. In number 4, where the sum reads 12a squared b minus 16a cubed b squared plus 20a 4b cubed. What is common there? 4a squared b. Okay, so 4a squared b times what's going to give me 12a squared b? 3. 4a squared b times what's going to give me negative 16a cubed b squared? Negative 4ab is correct, yes? And 4a squared b times what's going to give me 20a 4b cubed? What's the 5a squared b squared? You all agree with that? Looking at number 5. Okay? Number 5, what is common here? In the sum, we got a plus b times x minus upper brackets a plus b times y. Like there's a common bracket here of a plus b. What if we take out a plus b out, what we left with? X minus. Where's the minus coming from? We are told that note that the whole bracket is a common factor. Keep the bracket if it is taken out as the common factor. Okay. Let's look at number 6. Looking at number 6, what do you notice? What is common here? A plus b. But in the first term, a plus b is accounted for twice. Can you see that? But in the bracket, in the sum, is the a plus b all square common, or is just the a plus b common? It's only the a plus b that is common. Can you see that, people? Remembering that there is 2x into a plus b times a plus b plus y into a plus b. Can you see that? So we said what is common? A plus b is common. So if I take one of this out, what am I left with? I'm left with the other bracket, not so. That's going to give you 2x into a plus b. If I take that out, what am I left with? But now we won't always write that. Okay? This is to show you initially what's happening. Do we leave our sum like that? No. We never leave a bracket within a bracket as you find the answer. Okay? So what do? We multiply this bracket out. We get rid of this bracket within. So that's going to give us a plus b. I multiply 2x times a, 2ax, 2x times b, 2bx plus 1. Okay?
Yes.
Given in number 7, is a minus b the same as b minus a? No. Likewise, a minus c is not the same as c minus a. Okay, so just to note here, we've got y minus x, and I rearrange this. This is the same as saying negative x plus 1. You all agree with that? We take out negative as a common factor and left with x minus 1. Can you see that, people? So if you have got y minus x and I swap this around, just remember a negative will come out and it will be x minus 1. Okay, likewise, if I got 2 into b minus a, the same as saying that the negative is going to come out, negative 2 into a minus 1. We're not going to put it between the bracket and the 2 there. Can you see that, people? And we made a note on this already. Okay? So, what needs to be swapped around? Negative comes out as a common factor, and so negative is going to come out here. So it's q into a minus c. I could have swapped this around here, but to have the negative in front of q is going to be a bit of a mission. So we normally keep the first and change the second. Okay? For those of you wondering why didn't I change the first? And we won't change both. Because if you change that, it becomes c minus a, and if you change that, it becomes a minus c. Also not going to make sense. So you change one, keep one and change the other. So it becomes q into a minus c. You swap this around, negative comes out. That negative times positive is negative m into a minus c. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Now what's common, people?
A minus c.
A minus c is common. What are we left with? Q minus. Okay. Any confusion here? No. Then I gave you exercise 1 to do for homework. Not so? I haven't given you. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to give you exercise 1 to do quickly. You're on page 14. Right, so here's I'm going to pause the video at this point. Then I'll check your books now, okay? Did you guys get it? Hello? Okay. Yeah. Which grade is he? Which one? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did they come here? They can sit. Yeah. Okay. This is on page? Sorry? 40. 41. Right. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to sort the sums out. Girls on that side. Why are you talking? Right, listen. Just look at the first column. Right, the first one. We got 2x squared minus 4. The question says factorize. Let's factorize in Afrikaans. Same. Right, what do we do? Common factor of 2. What are we left with? Right, well done. Number 2. We got 18m squared minus 24m cubed. What is now common? 6m squared. What are we left with? 3 minus 4m. Look at number 3. You got 4ab minus 8ac plus 12ad. What is now common? 4a. What we left with? b minus 2c plus 3d. Okay? Number 4. Got 3 into k plus 1 minus k into k plus 1. What is common? Huh? K plus 1. What we left with? 3 minus k. Look at number 5. What is common here? A minus 2. What are we left with? 1 plus b. We can say b plus 1. But because you took out the common factor here and the first term, you took out everything in the first term, it will be 1 plus b. If you had written p plus 1, you would have gotten the full mark. Okay. However, if this had to be a minus here, if this had to be a minus, then you couldn't have swapped it around. Okay. So make a habit of doing things properly from the beginning. Okay. Let's look at number 6. This is exercise 1 on page 41. Right, let's look at number 6. What can be done here? Number 6. Bigger is not always better, no? Make it a bit smaller. Right. So it will be 2x into a plus 2b minus a plus 2b. Okay, what's common here? A plus 2b is common. What are we left with? 2x minus b. Not so. Look at number 7. We got 6x cubed into a plus b plus x and b plus a. People, is a plus b the same as b plus a? So let's put it to test. What is 2 plus 3? 5. 3 plus 2? 5. So a plus b is the same as b plus a. So if you're looking at a minus b, 2 minus 3 is negative 1. And 3 minus 2 is 1. That is why they're not the same. Okay? So is a plus b the same as b plus a? Yes. We got a plus b as a common factor. But take it out, what am I left with? 6x cubed plus x. People, what's now common? X. Then I'm left with a plus b. 6x squared plus. Okay. Let's look at number 8. You got x minus 3 squared plus x minus 3. People, what does that square mean? It's written out twice. So what is now common? x minus 3 is common, not so? What am I left with? X minus 3, which is the other bracket, plus 1. Remember there are two brackets there, x minus 3 times x minus 3. Do I leave my answer like that? No. Why? Because there's like terms inside this bracket. Yes, so we got x minus 3. What's 3? What's x minus 3 plus 1? X minus. Right, you guys understand? Look at number 9. Which can we? You went home early. So we got 3x into x minus 3 plus 2 into 3 minus. People, is x minus 3 the same as 3 minus x? No. So I must swap this around. If I swap this around, what's going to happen? So it's going to come negative. Sign's going to change. So if this had to be a negative, it would have changed to a positive. But because it's positive, and the negative is going to come out, we multiply, that's going to be a negative. Okay? So we do that first. So it's going to be 3x into x minus 3 minus 2 into x minus 3. What do you notice now? It's a common factor of x minus 3. What are we left with? 3x. Okay. Let's look at number 10. Is a minus 2b the same as 2b minus a? No. So let's swap this around. So it's going to be 2x into a minus 2b. We'll swap that around. That negative is going to become a positive y, a minus 2b. What is now common? A minus 2b is common. What are we left with? 2x plus. Okay. So that basically brings us to the difference of two squares. Okay. This is type 2. The subheading is difference of two squares. Okay, just let's run through this quickly. Your homework is going to be exercise 2. Since we have done this already, so I'm going to go straight into it quickly. So we know what the difference of two squares. Difference means to say there's a minus between it. Not so. Of two squares, there's either square. There's on either side of the negative sign a perfect square. And there's example of perfect squares. Okay. So let's look at the first one quickly. X squared minus y squared. So they give you two brackets, 1 plus 1 minus. What's the square root of x squared? X. Square root of y squared? Y. You all agree with that? Yes. Let's look at number 2. What's the square root of 4a squared? 2a. Square root of 9b squared? 3a. So it's going to be 2a, 2a, 3b. 1 plus 1. Let's look at the next one. What's the square root of 9x squared? 3x. What's the square root of a quarter? And yes, there is a minus. There is a minus between it. The 1 plus 1 minus the square root of 9x squared is 3x. The square root of a quarter is. Okay. So they must go. They can leave. Right. Let's look at the next one. These are the examples on page 42, no? Okay. Number 4. What is square root of x4? Okay, sorry, k. Will be k squared. Square root of 1? 1. So this would simply be k squared plus 1, k squared minus 1. But you see in the second bracket we got k squared minus 1. What do you notice? Difference between two squares again. Okay? So that's going to give you k squared plus 1, k plus 1, k minus 1. Sorry? Why can't I take the difference of two squares here? Plus. What's the square root of x squared? What's the square root of m plus n all squared? M plus n. So in other words, what we have is x and x. 1 plus 1 minus. What's the square root of m plus n squared? M plus n. Now you see this here, because of that negative, we have a bracket in the middle. Why? Because of that negative must all be multiplied. The rule says more than one term following the negative sign. So that's simply going to give you x plus m plus n, x minus m minus n. You all agree with that? People, for homework is exercise 2 on page 42. People, enjoy the rest of your day. Good afternoon, class. So at page 38, why is it 42? Sorry? The office should have. Look at them. It's exercise 2. Exercise 2 is on page 38. Just put it in the group, please. No? Who normally puts the homework in the group? Don't you have the booklet? Huh?
Yes, sir.
So I take the booklet.
I don't feel like going back.
Then you must just take a screenshot of your work. Then it will be just as easy.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to scroll.
Hier, als we het net hier zetten, dan kan alles, hij heeft het papier erbij.
Oh, die art, ja.
Ja, dat was
Yeah, no problem.
moet niet daar papier.
No problem.
Alles gewoon maken, maar niet daar.